Now notice verse 10. Then said Paul, I stand at Caesar's judgment seat, where I ought to be judged. To the Jews have I done no wrong, as thou very well knowest. Now there are those who think Paul made a mistake here. They think that Paul should not have appealed to Caesar, that he should have just carried his case here before Festus. But my friend, don't you see that had Paul acceded to the desires of Festus, and Festus was going to take him up to Jerusalem, and apparently he was maybe receiving something under the table by way of bribe from those in Jerusalem. And I find that Paul did not make a mistake here. I'm in disagreement with these who think that Paul did make a mistake. I'm rather reluctant to criticize Paul, by the way. Paul was a Roman citizen, and he exercised his right. It was a normal thing for him to do, because to go to Jerusalem would have meant he'd have been put to death. Now, Paul does not purposefully make himself a martyr. In fact, he avoided that. My friend, there are a great many people today that they wear a hair shirt, and God didn't give it to them. Now, don't wear a hair shirt unless God gives you one. Great many people today, they like to take the position of a martyr. And I've had any number of people that have told me that, well, you can just rejoice that you have cancer because now you can suffer for Christ and maybe die for Him. Well, I want you to know, friends, that's not my position. I want to get rid of it, and I want to live. I think that there's something wrong with a person, not only spiritually, but mentally, that feels like that they want to put on a hair shirt and lie on a cold slab. Now, Martin Luther tried that and found out it didn't work. God had appeared to Paul 2 years previously and promised him a trip there. The Lord Jesus said, you're going to appear for me in Rome. You see, God said you're going to appear before kings and rulers, and that's what's taking place. And Paul had said to the Romans, you pray that by the will of God that I might come unto you. And friends, I think he went to Rome by the will of God, but he was in chains. That was God's method for him.